Listen to me and listen to me well. The life you want, the success you dream about, the person you are meant to be, it's all on the other side of one thing: decision. You either decide to go all in or you stay stuck. You either take control or you let life dictate your every move. And I'll tell you this: life doesn't care about your excuses. Life doesn't care about your struggles. It doesn't care about how tired you are. It only responds to one thing: action. Some of you keep waiting for the perfect time. You keep telling yourself, one day I'll change. One day, let me tell you something, that one day is never going to come unless you make it happen. There are no shortcuts. There are no magic formulas. There is no easy way out. You want success? You better be ready to fight for it. You better be ready to put in the work, make the sacrifices, and go through the fire. Because greatness doesn't come to those who sit and wait. It comes to those who rise up, take risks, and demand it from themselves. I want you to think about your life right now. Think about where you are. Is this where you want to be? Or do you know deep down that you were meant for more? Because if you do, then it's time to wake up. It's time to stop complaining. It's time to stop blaming. It's time to take full responsibility and make a commitment to yourself right now. You can have all the talent in the world, but talent means nothing if you don't put in the work. You can have all the potential, but potential is useless if you don't take action. Every single day, you're faced with a choice: to step forward into the person you are meant to be, or to stay exactly where you are. Which one are you going to choose? Listen to me. There's a war happening right now, and it's not outside of you, it's inside you. It's a battle between who you are and who you know you can be. It's a war between your excuses and your discipline, between your fears and your courage, between your comfort zone and your greatness. And let me tell you something: if you don't fight for the life you want, your weaknesses will win. Your doubts will take over. Your comfort will suffocate your dreams. You say you want success? You say you want to change? Then prove it. Prove it by the way you show up every single day. Prove it by the way you push past your pain. Prove it by the way you refuse to quit when things get tough. Because let me tell you something: life is not going to hand you greatness. Life is going to test you. Life is going to challenge you. Life is going to throw obstacles in your way. But those obstacles, they're not there to stop you. They're there to make you stronger. Every setback, every failure, every struggle, it's not the end of your story. It's just the beginning. It's the fire that forges you into something greater. You've got two choices. You can let those struggles break you, or you can let them build you. You can let those failures define you, or you can use them as fuel. Every single great person you admire, every champion, every leader, every success story, they didn't get there by taking the easy route. They got there because they were willing to suffer for their dreams. They were willing to go through the pain, the rejection, the loneliness, the late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices. And the question is, are you willing? Because if you're not willing to suffer for your dreams, then you don't really want them. If you're not willing to push past your excuses, then you don't really want success. But if you are, if you are willing to fight, to push, to grind, to give everything you've got, then nothing can stop you. Your time is now. No more waiting, no more hesitating, no more holding back. It's time to rise up and claim what's yours. Listen to me, this journey you're on, it's not for the weak, it's not for the ones who need constant motivation, it's not for the ones who give up at the first sign of struggle. This journey, this is for the relentless, this is for the obsessed, this is for the ones who refuse to settle for a mediocre life. Because let me tell you something, if you want to change your life, you have to be willing to change you. You have to be willing to kill every bad habit, destroy every excuse, and eliminate every single thing that is holding you back. No more waiting, no more wishing, no more hoping. It's time for execution, it's time for action. How many more days are you going to wake up and do the same thing, expecting a different result? How many more times are you going to say, tomorrow I'll start? Tomorrow is a lie. Tomorrow is the excuse of the weak. The only thing that's real is right now. What you do today determines the life you live tomorrow. What you do in this moment determines who you become in the future. Success is not an accident. It's not luck. It's not something that just happens. Success is earned. It's earned in the dark. It's earned when nobody is watching. It's earned in the early mornings, in the late nights, in the pain, in the struggle, in the sacrifice. And that's why so many people fail, because they're not willing to do what it takes. They want the rewards, but they don't want the discipline. They want the success, but they don't want the suffering that comes with it. But you, if you're still here, if you're still listening, if something inside of you is screaming, I want more, then I know you're different. I know you're ready. You were not put on this earth to be average. You were not put on this earth to live a life of regret. You were built for greatness. You were built for something bigger. But the only way to claim that life is to take action. Stop making excuses. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop looking for motivation. Be your own motivation. Be your own inspiration. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I will not stop until I become everything I was meant to be. And then prove it with your actions. Because at the end of the day, your words mean nothing. Your feelings mean nothing. The only thing that matters is what you do. So get up, get out there, and make it happen. You don't get in life what you want. You get in life what you work for. That's the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. The successful ones don't just sit around and dream. They don't just talk about what they want. They don't just post quotes and hope for a better life. They show up, they put in the work, they grind when nobody's watching. Because let me tell you something, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to do the work for you. If you want it, go get it. Stop waiting for the right moment. Stop waiting for the perfect plan. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission. Nobody is going to hand you success. Nobody is going to give you the life you want. You have to take it. You have to fight for it. And that fight, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be lonely. It's going to push you to your limits. You're going to be tired. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to feel like giving up. But that's when you have to dig deep. That's when you have to remind yourself why you started. Because let me tell you something, the moment you start chasing greatness, the world is going to test you. It's going to throw obstacles in your path. It's going to challenge you. It's going to see if you really want it. And most people break. Most people quit. But not you. You're different. You're built for more. You're built for something greater. So when life knocks you down, get back up. When you feel exhausted, push harder. When doubt creeps in, shut it down. Because if you don't fight for your dreams, who will? If you don't believe in yourself, who will? If you don't give everything you've got, then why are you even here? You were not put on this earth to live a life of regret. You were not put on this earth to be mediocre. You were born to win. So act like it, walk like it, train like it, work like it. No more half effort, no more excuses, no more waiting. It's time to go all in. Now is your time. How bad do you want it? I'm asking you right now, how bad do you really want it? Because if you're not willing to suffer for it, if you're not willing to sacrifice for it, if you're not willing to push yourself to your absolute limits for it, then you don't want it bad enough. See, a lot of people say they want success. A lot of people talk about their dreams. A lot of people fantasize about a better life. But when it's time to actually do the work, when it's time to get up early, stay up late, grind through exhaustion, push through failure, and endure rejection, they quit. They make excuses. They blame their circumstances. They say, maybe this isn't for me. But you can't afford to think like that. Because the life you want, the future you dream of, it's waiting for you on the other side of hard work. And that hard work, it's going to be painful. It's going to require you to do things you don't feel like doing. It's going to demand that you push past your breaking point. It's going to test your commitment, your discipline, and your hunger. And that's where most people fail. Most people want the rewards without the struggle. They want the results without the grind. They want the success without the sacrifice. But life doesn't work that way. If you want something you've never had, you have to be willing to do something you've never done. If you want to be great, you have to be willing to suffer for it. And let me tell you something, your struggle, it's not a punishment, it's a test. Life is testing you right now. It's asking you, how bad do you want this? And your answer is not in your words, it's in your actions. So what are you going to do? Are you going to fold under pressure? Are you going to let obstacles break you? Are you going to let setbacks make you quit? Or are you going to rise? Are you going to fight? Are you going to prove to yourself and to the world that you're built for this? This is your moment. This is your opportunity. There are no guarantees in life. But one thing is for sure. If you don't give everything you've got, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. So make the decision right now. Commit to your dreams. Commit to your goals. Commit to yourself. And don't just talk about it. Show up and do the work. Because at the end of the day, success is not about luck. It's not about talent. It's about obsession. And if you want it bad enough, nothing will stop you. Not pain, not fear, not failure. Nothing. So get up, get moving, and make it happen. You say you want it. You say you're ready to change your life. But let me ask you something. What are you willing to sacrifice? Because greatness doesn't come for free. It's not handed out. It's not given to the lucky or the talented. It's earned by those who are willing to pay the price. And that price? It's pain. It's sacrifice. It's discipline. It's giving up the distractions. It's walking away from the easy life. It's choosing to be uncomfortable every single day so you can become the person you are meant to be. Are you ready for that? Because if you're not, then stop lying to yourself. Stop saying you want it if you're not willing to do what it takes. Stop saying you want to be successful when you're still making excuses. Stop saying you want to be great when you're still choosing comfort over growth. See, this is where most people break. They start strong, they get excited, they make big promises to themselves. But the moment things get tough, they fold. The moment they get tired, they stop. The moment life pushes back, they give up. But you don't have that option, because you have a responsibility to yourself, a responsibility to your future, a responsibility to become everything you were born to be. You can't waste another day living below your potential. You can't waste another moment settling for less. You have to wake up and realize that your dreams are on the other side of pain. Your success is on the other side of sacrifice. Your breakthrough is on the other side of doing the things you don't feel like doing. That's the truth. And that's why most people stay average, because they refuse to pay the price. They refuse to do what's necessary. They refuse to let go of their old habits, their old mindset, their old ways of thinking. But you were never meant to be average. You were never meant to live an ordinary life. There is something great inside you. There is something powerful inside you. There is something unstoppable inside you. But you will never see it if you don't make the choice right now to go all in. All in on your discipline. All in on your commitment. All in on your vision. Because the people who succeed, the people who change their lives, they don't dip their toes in the water. They don't test the temperature. They jump in, they dive in, they burn the bridges behind them, so they have no choice but to win. And that's what you need to do right now. You need to stop playing small. You need to stop hesitating. You need to stop waiting for the right time. The right time is now. The right time is this moment. Because every second you waste is a second you will never get back. So make the decision. Make the commitment. And don't just talk about it. Be about it. Show up. Put in the work. And never stop until you reach your goals. It's time to level up. It's time to go all in. It's time to become the person you were born to be. You want more from life? Then it's time to stop negotiating with your excuses. You've spent too long justifying why you can't. Too long explaining why it's not the right time. Too long waiting for the perfect opportunity that will never come. The truth is, you've been playing small. You've been waiting for someone to give you permission. You've been waiting for life to get easier before you start fighting for what you want. But let me tell you something. Life will never get easier. The world doesn't slow down just because you're tired. Opportunities don't wait just because you're unsure. And success doesn't pause just because you don't feel ready. You either step up or you step aside. You either do the work or you watch someone else take your place. You either give it everything or you settle for a life of regrets. That's the choice in front of you. So what are you going to do? Because right now, there's someone else out there who is just as talented as you, just as capable as you, just as hungry as you. But the difference, they aren't waiting. They aren't making excuses. They aren't stopping when it gets hard. They're moving forward, step by step, day by day, while you hesitate. And every second you wait, you fall further behind. Every excuse you make, you lose another opportunity. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you stay stuck in the same place you swore you wanted to escape from. And one day, you're going to wake up and realize that you let your own fear, your own doubt, and your own laziness steal everything you ever wanted from you. And that moment will break you, because you will have no one to blame but yourself. So if you're tired of waking up every day feeling like you're not living up to your potential, if you're tired of knowing deep down that you are capable of more, then do something about it. No more waiting, no more excuses, no more wasted time. Because every day you don't move forward is a day you can never get back. And every day you hesitate is a day you lose to the person who didn't. So be the one who doesn't hesitate. Be the one who doesn't quit. Be the one who goes all in. Because in the end, it won't matter how bad you wanted it. It will only matter if you did what was necessary to get it. There's a beast inside you, a fire that refuses to die, a hunger that no setback, no failure, no rejection can extinguish. But for too long, you've let that fire stay small. You've let it flicker in the background while you played it safe, while you settled, while you waited for the right moment. But let me tell you something, there is no right moment. The time is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. Now, because every single second you spend waiting is a second you will never get back. You say you want success. You say you want to be great. You say you want to change your life. Then why aren't you moving? Why are you still standing in the same place, waiting for some miracle, waiting for someone to save you, waiting for a handout that will never come? No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to make it easy. It's you versus you. And the version of you that settles, that hesitates, that quits, that version has to die. You have to kill the old you, the one who makes excuses, the one who gets distracted, the one who chooses comfort over growth. Because the old you, the weak you, that version of you will never build the life you want. Success requires a different level of commitment, a different level of discipline, a different level of sacrifice. The question is, are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to wake up earlier, stay up later, push yourself harder than you ever have before? Are you willing to go through the pain? Are you willing to go through the exhaustion? Are you willing to endure failure after failure and still keep going? Because that's what it takes. There is no shortcut, no easy way, no magic formula. There is only you and the work you're willing to put in. So stop thinking about it, stop planning, stop wishing, start moving, start grinding, start building. Because every second you spend overthinking is a second wasted. And success waits for no one. The ones who win, they don't wait. They don't hesitate. They don't make excuses. They show up every single day. And if you want to be great, you better start showing up too. Listen to me. Your future is calling. It's calling you to rise up, to step into your greatness, to become the person you were meant to be. But here's the truth. Most people will never answer that call. Most people will stay stuck. Most people will stay in the same cycle, complaining about their life, making the same excuses, waiting for something to change while doing nothing to change themselves. You don't have to be most people. You have a choice. You can either stay where you are, or you can decide right now that you will no longer accept mediocrity, that you will no longer allow yourself to stay stuck in a life that is beneath your potential. Because the difference between winners and everyone else is simple. Winners decide. They don't just want success, they demand it from themselves. They don't just dream of a better life, they create it. And if you want to be one of them, you need to start making decisions like a winner. Decide that failure will not stop you. Decide that fear will not control you. Decide that no matter how many obstacles come your way, you will keep pushing forward. Because life will test you. It will push you to your limits. It will knock you down. It will make you question yourself. But every time you get knocked down, you have two choices: stay down or get back up. And winners, they always get back up. They don't let failure define them. They don't let rejection break them. They don't let setbacks destroy their confidence. They use the pain. They use the struggle. They use every challenge as fuel to push them further, harder, higher. Because they know that success isn't given, it's earned. And the only way to earn it is to fight for it, every single day. So I ask you right now, are you willing to fight for your dreams? Are you willing to do whatever it takes? Are you willing to push past your limits, past your fears, past your excuses? Because if you're not willing to give everything, you will never have everything. But if you are, if you commit, if you stay focused, if you refuse to quit, then nothing can stop you. The future is yours to take, but only if you're willing to fight for it. This is it. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Right now. Because the truth is, you will never feel ready. Fear will always try to convince you that you need more time, more preparation, more validation. But the people who win in life are the ones who act despite the fear. They feel it, just like everyone else, but they move forward anyway. And that's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. The ones who make it refuse to let fear be the driver of their decisions. They understand that courage is not the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. And if you want to change your life, if you want to step into your greatness, if you want to break free from everything holding you back, you have to stop hesitating and start moving. Because let me tell you something, hesitation kills dreams. Hesitation keeps you stuck. Hesitation keeps you in the same place, year after year, watching other people live the life you were meant to live. No more. No more waiting, no more doubting. No more holding yourself back. This is your time, but you have to take it. You have to stop talking about what you're going to do and actually do it. You have to stop wishing and start working. You have to stop waiting for permission and start giving yourself permission. You have to step up, because life is happening right now. And if you don't take control of it, it will pass you by. Regret is the price you pay for hesitation. And I promise you, nothing feels worse than looking back on your life and knowing you wasted your potential. Nothing feels worse than realizing you had the ability to change everything, but you never took action. You don't have to live with that regret. You can make the decision right now to change, to commit, to go all in. Because the moment you fully commit, the moment you decide that nothing will stop you, you become unstoppable. And when that happens, there is no limit to what you can achieve. So let me ask you one last time, are you ready? Not just to dream, not just to hope, not just to try. Are you ready to fight? Because your greatest life is on the other side of that fight. And the only thing standing between you and everything you want is the action you take today. So go take what's yours. Go build your legacy. Go step into the person you were born to be. Because the time for waiting is over. The time to rise is now.